What's going on, guys, and welcome back to LOI TV. In today's video we are going to be looking at a few reasons why Ireland will qualify for the World Cup in 2022. This is a part 2 video. Part 1 did look at a couple of reasons why we will not qualify for the World Cup, so make sure to go check that out. I'll leave a link to it down in the description below. It was our most previous video as well, so it should be easy enough to find. But yeah, today's video is all about positivity and why we will be going to Qatar in 2022. It probably was easier to come up with reasons why we wouldn't get to the World Cup, if I'm being perfectly honest, but today's video is all about being positive, as I said. So yeah, let's take a closer look at why Ireland will qualify for the World Cup in 2022. The first reason is elements of Kenny's reign so far that have been kind of like positive. I mean, I know another reason why we won't qualify is Kenny's results kind of in his reign so far, but there have been elements to his reign that have shown signs of positivity. On the surface, the results have been poor, of course they have, but digging a little bit deeper, Kenny has been brave in trying to implement his philosophy and his style of play. That includes kind of like retaining possession of the ball, waiting patiently for opportunities to present themselves, and we have seen chances created at times during games that have shown positives. He's attempting to change like decades of culture, just lumping the ball forward, keeping a structured defence and keeping people behind the ball. He's trying to change all that, and it has been difficult so far, but we have seen elements of improvement. And on another positive note from Kenny's reign so far, we've seen a high number of quality youngsters coming up from the under-21s into the senior team. The likes of O'Shea, Malumbi, Jason Knight, Aaron Connolly, Adam Ida, even Troy Parrott have gained valuable experience that will stand them in good stead coming into the new year with the qualifiers coming up. Another reason why Ireland will qualify for the World Cup in 2022 comes off the back of the kind of Kenny's reign so far, in that he hasn't had his strongest squad to pick from. The 0-0 draw against Slovakia in the playoffs for the Euros was probably the closest he had to a strong squad, and it wasn't a bad performance in Slovakia, and we were still missing the likes of Adam Ida and Aaron Connolly, who are crucial to our front line. Injuries and further positive COVID tests absolutely decimated Kenny's squad and his options for games against the likes of Wales, Bulgaria, Finland, that friendly against England as well. So yeah, it's hard to judge him on those performances and these results when he's had so little to choose from. As I said, Ireland have been creating chances in these games, and with the strikers that we are missing, we will be taking those chances. Like in the likes of the Finland game, we did create chances. James Collins missed one or two. Darrell Horgan was starting in the front line as well. These players probably wouldn't be starting in a full strength Ireland squad. This is a key reason why Kenny can't be judged too quickly and needs time to make it work. The third point on why Ireland can qualify for the World Cup in 2022 is that they can actually take points from every game in the group. There's no game that you should write off from the get-go. Every game I think there's a chance they could get something from. Starting off with the team that's likely to top the group, Portugal. They have been known to be a little bit flimsy in the past and have dropped points to lesser nations before. At the Euros that Portugal actually went on to win in the end, at the group stage part of the tournament they had Iceland, Austria and Hungary in their group, and they actually drew all 3 games. So I think that's an easy enough group. They probably should have won the group, topped the group. They came third in that group. I think there is elements of Portugal's game that can be a little bit flimsy at times, and Ireland can take a little bit of inspiration from that, I think. Ukraine took 4 points off Portugal in World Cup qualification. I know Ukraine have been really, really good recently, but that could provide Ireland with a bit of a guide to get points off Portugal the way Ukraine set up and played. And yeah, taking 4 points off Portugal, if Ireland can replicate that, they're nearly guaranteed to get a top 2 finish. The team from pot 2, of course, is Serbia, and Serbia actually did not qualify for the Euros. They were knocked out by Scotland, who of course are kind of a similar level to Ireland, you would think. So Ireland could definitely take some inspiration from that. As well as that, Serbia are playing Ireland in the first game at home, which would be there'd be no crowd at the games, which is obviously plays into Ireland's favour, being away from home. Whereas if Ireland are playing Serbia at home, potentially there might be fans in the crowd, which could be a huge boost for Ireland as well. There's a couple of problems with Serbia's team at the moment. I believe their manager may have been sacked following the failure to get to the Euros, as well as that one of their star strikers, Luka Jovic, is largely disliked in Serbia. The Real Madrid striker, I think he came back and broke COVID regulations and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think he's liked that much in the country, which is of course a positive for us, I suppose. Clutching at straws a little bit there, but I suppose it is, you have to take everything you can get. As well as that, Serbia do have quite an ageing team. You look at the likes of Dusan Tadic, he's now 32 years of age. Nemanja Matic, you've seen at Man United, he's probably over the hill, he's 32 as well. And then Alexander Kolarov, their left back, of course, formerly of Manchester City. He's 35 years of age. So yeah, there is a bit of an aging aspect to their team, and whether we can get the fresh legs, the likes of Jason Knight and stuff coming through, hopefully we'll have some more energy in the midfield and other areas of the pitch as well. As for the 4th seeded team, Luxembourg, that's as good as they can get really. 6 points against them, and 5th seeded Azerbaijan is an absolute must if we are to qualify. 12 points against those two sides is of paramount importance, so Serbia and Portugal will probably replicate that as well. In terms of the 4th seeded team as well, it's sometimes you can get a tricky one there, like say Georgia. We've been known to kind of drop points away in Georgia before, so it's nice to get, I think Luxembourg probably a weaker team than Georgia, so it's nice to have that that kind of team we should be beating home and away. The final thing behind my thinking has to do with a problem identified in the previous video. The third reason behind why Ireland will not qualify for the World Cup is simply the lack of goals. This has been a clear problem identified for Stephen Kenny's side so far during his reign. One Shane Duffy header from a corner against Bulgaria is the best it's got for Stephen Kenny in the final third in terms of output, and that simply will not do. Ireland have now played more than 11 hours without scoring a goal. This is of course so concerning, and without David McGoldrick up front, what is the answer, you ask? Or who is the answer? Paddy bloody Bamford, that's who. Still yet to declare for Ireland. I'm still holding out hope that he will in the new year. He could genuinely hold the key and provide a huge difference in whether we qualify or not. His 10 goals in 15 games in the Premier League this season has highlighted his quality in front of goal, and something we've really been lacking. A front three with Bamford through the middle, Callum Robinson to his right and Aaron Connolly to his left is such a dangerous, deadly trio, and could genuinely provide a springboard for qualification. That's a bit of an interesting one, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below about Paddy Bamford, and will he declare for Ireland or not? And would you like to see him declare for Ireland, and would he make the difference in qualification for the World Cup? I hope you all had a lovely Christmas, guys. Obviously it's a bit of a rough time in the country at the moment with all the lockdown stuff and all that kind of looming over our heads a little bit, but I hope just try and make it a positive start to the new year, and hopefully we'll have the League of Ireland and stuff like that back before we know it, to kind of give us something to look forward to. If you did enjoy the video, guys, make sure to drop a like on it down below. Really do appreciate that. And if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe down below. It is the perfect Christmas gift for me. I really appreciate it, guys. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you in a bit.